Today's story is Do Not Enter the Monster Zoo. I've never been to a monster zoo before. One day, imagine my surprise to find out I had won a prize. A note came in the post to say, "You can run the zoo today." I grabbed my bike, so keen to go, and pedalled quickly down the road. I whizzed through woods, past hills so green, to the strangest zoo I had ever seen. Look at the zoo. The keeper beamed and skipped to me. He rubbed his hands gleefully. "Please clean the cages, feed the beasts. They get quite cross without their feasts." "Oh dear," he said, "I have a hunch that the squirgle hasn't had its lunch. It chews and chomps a lot and gobbles children on the spot. So if you see it, do take care. Its tummy rumbles, so beware." I've never heard of a squirgle before. I wonder what it looks like. I cannot stop. I must away. Hooray! Today's my holiday. So the zookeeper is off on holiday. He's going to leave the little boy in charge. Then off he sprinted with a grin. I turned the key and I tiptoed in. My jaw hit the floor. My eyes popped wide. I couldn't believe the mess inside. The naughty creatures stole my hat. My broom became their cricket bat. And when I went to clean the floor, they kicked and flicked and smashed the door. They scrambled high, rolled on the ground. They howled and yowled and raced around. Their hooves flung dung and with their paws, they bent the trees and banged the doors. Dear, I don't think these monsters are behaving properly. Now, I'd been left to run the zoo, but what on earth was I to do? I took my broom and replaced my hat and loudly said, "Enough of that!" I grabbed the growling Grimblegraw. From where his huge and hairy jaws there came a mighty frightening roar. His head was high and he looked quite proud until I roared back twice as loud. I tracked the dangling Dingleby, which couldn't hide as well as me. I found the morph, split up the queeze, and caught the humple in the trees. Very strange monsters in this story. I jumped up on the purple GURPS. I leaned to duck their fiery burps. I rode till they could run no more. They slumped back home and shut their door. I fed the beasts. They munched and crunched. I wish that I had time for lunch. A flying flomp leaped from a tree, but couldn't jump as far as me. The furry furballs tickled my nose. I'm glad they had such ticklish toes. But then, among the squawks and chirps and the fiery burps of the purple GURPS, I heard the rumbly tumble gurgle. Then I saw the scary squirgle. It licked its lips quite hungrily. But I just smiled and said, "You see, squirgles are afraid of me. Served with chips, they're really yum. That squirgle, that gurgle, came from my tum. Gurgle. Oh. Just then, the keeper reappeared. He looked more peaceful, calm and cheered. "They're good as gold," the keeper puzzled. Squirgle purred and Furballs nuzzled. "Yes," I said, and passed the key. I soon showed them who's boss. That was me. The keeper stared, mouth open wide. I waved goodbye and began to ride. I whizzed past hills and through the wood. I think today was rather good. Next day, imagine my surprise to find I'd won another prize. "You won first place. Well done to you. Oh, please come back and run the zoo." The little boy did such a good job that all the monsters wanted him back. I like that story. I hope you did too.